live, boys!
Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode, and a pizza-filled episode, of G.A.P at the Movies. I am your host, Matt, aka Legion Rex, and I am eating pizza. With me, I have my equally as saucy co-host, Shane, aka the Bearded One. How are you doing today, Shane?
I'm doing great. Today has been a great day, and also ranch belongs on pizza. Fucking fight me.
That's disgusting.
Yes, it is.
You know what that is? Diabetes.
I don't care, dude. I'm gonna die by the time I'm 30, so might as well live.
With me, I have my equally as the diabetes guest, Spencer. How are you doing today, Spencer?
We're good.
This is a pizza party podcast, so there's gonna be a lot of chewing.
And I am the host's host.
And with me, I have the host of the host, Josh. How are you doing today, Josh?
Pretty good. I think he's doing pretty good.
Hang on.
I watched the movie, and then I bought liquor, and now I have pizza.
We're having a fun time.
It's gonna be a fun time. So, welcome to the first episode of a new series, The G.A.P at the Movies, where we will be covering the latest anime films as we see them in theaters.
That's right, Shane. And this all came out because the My Hero movie was coming out, and we all thought it would be a wonderful idea to cover it on the podcast. But because it would be something of like a live thing where we'll all go see it, I decided, hey, it'd be nice if it's like kind of like a separate thing where like we go see the movies and kind of like report on them. So this podcast is entirely dedicated to just discussing My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. So I hope that everyone really enjoys it. For those who may be unfamiliar with My Hero Academia 2 Heroes, first of all, where have you been in the anime community for the past
Spoilers, it was incredible. Go see it if you can.
Spoilers, 2 words. Holy shit.
No, spoilers. They have guns.
They have a lot of guns.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But, no, for those unfamiliar, it is directed by the same people who worked on the show. Kenji Nagasaki is director and writer Yusuke Kuroda. And the movie follows Deku and All Might as they head to a place known as I Island. I Island is a floating city or fortress or whatnot that houses the world's greatest minds, and make the world's most advanced support items for superheroes. But and of course Deku shows up, and then all his classmates show up to participate in the festivities for something called I Expo. Of course, something doesn't go as planned, something goes wrong, a villain shows up, and suddenly Deku and his friends find that they're very much in over their heads right now.
Everything always goes wrong in My Hero.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's walk the dog. Is that a villain? Walking my dog?
Hang on, I gotta go take my dog out. He has to pee. Overhaul?
Oh,
What?
Oh shit, I gotta take a shit. What's in the toilet? It's a villain.
It's the slime monster.
I need to go to the store. Oh, it's Gentle.
I was just picking up tea. What the fuck?
It's like, oh, I need to go take a shit. What's that, a villain in the toilet? It's like the pig in the toilet in JoJo.
JoJo?
Oh god.
I was saying it's the freaking slime monster from episode 1.
The slime monster. That's how he comes.
Monster's back.
That's how he comes back. No, but
It would be great if the slime monster came back before Stain did.
The ultimate Chekhov's gun.
I would literally probably drop My Hero.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I wouldn't. I would not.
Anyway, before we officially get started, I just want to make a disclaimer. Because this is a live thing where it's all 4 of us in the same room recording at once, we're literally doing this in like a dank-ass room with one mic. So if the sound quality is a little jank, you'll know why.
Yeah.
Did you say dank-ass room? Because this is one dank room.
Yeah.
It is very dank.
It's a pretty dank room.
Like, there's not a lot of light in here.
Yeah. So because of that, our responses will be more in person, which will make this extremely entertaining for everybody.
Oh yeah.
So I think time to get started. Now, how we're gonna do this is that for the first little bit, like the first 5 minutes or so, we're gonna go into non-spoiler thoughts on it. So because this movie did just come out.
Yes.
And for those who are worried about spoilers, which there aren't too many big ones in this, so don't need to worry about it. But
There's a couple huge ones though.
No, I mean like.
It really doesn't make any difference.
It doesn't make any difference. So, but if you really want to go into it as blind as possible,
I mean,
watch we'll watch the first couple of minutes, get our opinion, we'll tell our opinions, and then we'll go into more in depth in the spoiler section.
Because, I mean, we literally saw this movie today.
Yeah.
Recorded this podcast today, and it's going up today. Same day.
So this is all brand new.
This is all basically in real time, our reactions.
Yeah. All right. So non-spoiler reactions. Let's go. All right. Let's start with Spencer because I'm gonna get some pizza and I won't be at the mic. So Spencer, what?
You get me some too, please?
Spencer, what did you think of My Hero Academia 2 Heroes?
I was not.
Spoiler-free discussion.
Yes, I
Spoiler-free
was not
thoughts.
Do
kidding.
not spoil anything.
I'm not going to. Y'all gotta trust me. Biggest spoiler in the world.
All Might dies.
About
All Might-
5 minutes into the movie.
Turns out, this was All Might's death movie.
Yes,
All Might
true.
fucking dies.
No. This movie, when I said holy shit, I meant holy shit. This was an absolute ride of a movie. This went from, like, emotional ups to emotional depths, and then back up again. And it's all kind of encapsulated by arguably some of the best looking animation, sound design, music, and characterization. And by characterization, I mostly mean that the dub voices are once again on point.
Flawless.
Flawless. Justin Briner, everybody.
Justin Briner, Clifford Chapin, Lucy
Christian.
Christian, Colleen Clickenbeard, J. Michael Tatum.
You're forgetting the most important voice.
I don't know who voices Denki, okay?
No.
I also don't know either. Who?
All Might?
Oh yeah, Chris Sabat is All Might. Who
Chris
cares?
Sabat as the hero of peace.
Who gives a shit? He voices everyone.
But yeah, no. Holy shit, this movie blew my mind. I went in with, as Matt is going to talk about, relatively tempered expectations. I think all of us had.
I mean, he told us to go in with tempered expectations.
He told us to go into with tempered expectations. So, what we got versus what we could have had, holy shit, this blew my mind with its brilliance. But
More ranch, please.
it's very
disgusting.
good. It's very good, and my son is
Shane's about
disgusting.
to beating me up with a ranch bottle, by the way, because that kid is disgusting.
He's doing it right now.
Ah! Ow!
There you go.
Alright, so, Josh, what do you think of My Hero Academia 2 Heroes?
Spoiler-free
The movie?
thoughts.
Well, like you guys said, I went in with tempered thoughts. I tried to keep it as mild as it could be. I thought it was either going to be good or it was going to suck. But guess what? It fucking blew my mind.
It's fucking incredible.
It was incredible. Animation was on point. Bones did an excellent job. I'm talking, if you took Mob Psycho 100 fight scenes, My Hero fight scenes, squished them into a ball, that's what you get times 10.
And that's the talking.
Oh yeah, and throw some elements of a Full Metal in there.
Yeah.
It was absolutely gorgeous. Every single movement was fluid. The fights were perfectly choreographed. Voice acting was on point. Characters introduced some really awesome characters that we'll get into in the spoilers. Denki, my boy, actually got some time.
We'll get into that.
As brief as it was.
As brief as it was, but yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so Shane, what did you think?
Okay, so when you specifically said temper your expectations, don't expect this to be like groundbreaking, mind-blowing 10 out of 10. I was like, okay. I pretty much... What are you doing over there? Oh, brownies, cool. We have brownies on the podcast now.
Brownies, so we'll definitely be eating them.
Live brown cam. Let's go.
Tell your mother I said thank you.
P&P for a picture of the brownies.
Get 4 small plates for the cinnamon bites.
Okay, cool, right. So anyway, back to my thoughts. When you said temper your expectations, I was going into this not expecting like something as incredible as we ended up getting. I was expecting this is going to be like... This is going to be a top-tier shonen movie, but... in terms of like a shonen movie, nevertheless, it's not going to come close to like Battle of Gods or the Naruto movies or even
So like not One Piece Z.
No, not any of the One Piece movies.
The Last, the Battle of Gods.
I'm like, this is probably gonna be a really good shonen movie, but it's not gonna.
It's gonna be Resurrection F.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Resurrection. It's gonna be a solid 8 out of 10. I'm gonna enjoy it, but it's gonna have its fair share of flaws to bring it back. Mm-hmm. Holy shit! Mm-hmm. Oh god,
this was
excellent. I can pretty much describe this movie in one word, and that's hype. Like, this movie is an hour and 40 minutes of nonstop hype. Like, the animation is some of, if not the best I've ever seen in any shonen. All the characters are extremely likable, like you expect from the series, including the new ones, which there are some definite MVPs in terms of new characters. The story, while it is a little tropey, you kind of know where it goes, it's still enjoyable for the ride, and it brings everything together in a really satisfying way. I want to talk about the villain a little bit, because even though he is kind of generic, there's a turning point in the movie where he becomes, like, the dopest shit ever. And seeing as how Matt has told us, I've had friends that have seen this movie and they said the villain sucks. Don't expect anything from the villain. Mm-hmm. The villain was like... Like, the villain really caught me off guard.
Last 15 to 20 minutes of that movie are some of the most exciting pieces of anime cinema I've seen this decade.
It just really proves us wrong for going into a My Hero Academia movie with tempered expectations. Like, what did we expect? We should have expected nothing but greatness, and this movie was nothing but greatness. Even though it's not perfect, it is very much up there.
Have no fear, for I am here.
Now, Matt, our lovely host, what did you think of the movie?
I loved it. Here's the thing. I'm a lot more critical on some things like this than most people, because if you're going to turn something into a movie, I feel like there needs to be damn good reason for you to. Like, and a lot of shonen movies do not give me a good enough reason. It's like, why is this a movie? There's no, like, let's, for example, some of the early, like, Naruto stuff, early Naruto movies. Like, why are these movies? Like, there's no, like, the only reason I feel is, like, thankfully, shonen movies nowadays, I feel like they're getting more and more reason to actually become, like, movies, like, to give reason to. Like, whenever Dragon Ball is a movie, it's usually because it's a bigger story or it's a big in development.
Yeah, in that sense, it's because it's actually progressing the story in a canon sense.
Like, the Last did that with Naruto, and Naruto did that with Road to Ninja, Boruto, and Last, which are all very good. One Piece has been doing that a lot recently as well. They've given a lot of good reasons as to why the movie. The Blue Exorcist is a very good movie.
Blue Exorcist movie is freaking great.
Yeah, we didn't. I actually forgot about it for a minute, but no, that's a really solid movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's still outsiders. Like, apparently, the Seven Deadly Sins movie wasn't great. But like, there's always gonna be like, My Hero. I always expected it was gonna be something like along those lines, but not nearly like this. This I felt like that. This is exactly the. I feel like this is the type of. This movie proved to me that I feel like. My Hero Academia is the closest thing Japan has right now that rivals the MCU in something in terms of hype. Like, okay, so remember, like, for those in here, which is me and Spencer, when Infinity War first came out, and like this movie had very similar reactions to Infinity War. Yeah. In terms of like how people reacted in the theater, and I think that that's the best way to describe it, and I think that's the best compliment you can give it. There are issues with it, and we'll get that in the spoiler section.
This is by no means a perfect movie. Just putting it out there right now.
No, it's not. No movie will ever be perfect.
No, definitely not. But I feel like for the expectations we had going into this,
it far exceeded.
It's so close to being perfect that it hurts.
Yeah, it's so close, but it's not, and which makes those little problems sting a little bit more. But it's no big deal. But okay, that's our non-spoiler thoughts. Now let's get into the one.
If you do not want spoilers,
do not watch the rest of this video.
Click out of this right now.
This ASMR will be the beginning of our spoiler section.
All right.
Deku kills a man.
Deku
murders someone,
and that's an actual spoiler too.
We made a fucking joke the moment this movie started, which is why doesn't a villain just use a fucking gun?
Well, guess what? The main villain uses a handgun and shoots people.
The main villain is just Magneto with a handgun.
It's Magneto with a gun. Holy shit! We made so many jokes and memes.
And that goes into what I was talking about the villain earlier. Because I'm like, yeah, for most of the movie, he's just a generic henchman type villain. Like, he's commanding this this group of mooks who are doing this joint operation to infiltrate Island. But that goes into what I was saying. There's a turning point in this movie where his character does a complete 180, and he goes from forgettable cannon fodder to badass.
Yeah, I feel... Yeah, and here's the thing. I think that's mostly due to his design. I'm not gonna lie, his design's not great. I feel like that his design's not great. I mean, it's good.
Actually, I don't know if you caught this. Did anyone else think that the villain looked a lot like David? Like, he looked a lot like young David with his hair.
I feel like that they may have done that on purpose.
Well, with where this movie goes.
Especially in the marketing. Because, A good movie marketing will use the marketing in the advantage to help improve the film. Let's use Iron Man 3 as an example. Spoilers for Iron Man 3 who have not seen it. It's like 5 years.
Who haven't seen this 8-year-old movie.
It's like 8. It's like 5 years.
Oh, it's 2013, sorry.
It's 5 years old at this point, so might as well. The Mandarin is not the Mandarin.
Yeah.
But the trailers use that to their advantage to set up the expectations similar to the main characters in the film. It actually aided in the film and discussion. It actually enhanced it. My Hero was doing the same thing, especially. You think the movie, from the marketing and the actual movie, is going one direction, but it's actually going into a completely different direction than you actually think it's going to be.
Which I think is one of its strong suits.
It's one of its strong suits. It's not a very... It's predictable.
It's kind of predictable.
It's predictable in the sense that of the plot twist that happened, but after the plot twist, it goes into a much more interesting direction. After that plot twist, the movie becomes infinitely more interesting. And
because after that plot twist, we get a secondary kind of plot twist, and then a man gets shot with a gun.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and a man gets shot with a gun, and you realize that shit's gone real. So let's talk about some of the stuff. Let's talk about some of the new characters. We'll start with David.
David Shields.
I feel like David's the big spoiler character in this.
Yes, because of what specifically happens with his character, he is very much the big spoiler.
So I'll start off with a base outline of David Shields for everybody who doesn't know.
And if you're somehow watching the spoiler section and have not seen the movie, which in that case, what are you even doing here? But
you
whatever.
must really like to be spoiled. So, David Shields is an old friend of All Might's during what was known as his young age. Then he went into the Bronze Age, the Silver Age, and then the age that we're in now.
Literally based Golden Age. Literally based on
Superman.
Like comic book
Superman, all that. So, David Shields was his buddy. All Might saved him from a building fire at a research lab, and then became very good friends with him. So
this was during his when he was like a fucking
this was when he was like a college student.
So he was probably I want to see All Might in a frat,
because literally the opening scene of this movie is him
in
All Might and David stopping a villain on their way to a lecture.
Yeah, on their way to a lecture.
And literally one of David's lines is, "Toshi, we're gonna be late for the lecture. Hurry up and finish this."
In which Toshi goes, "I named this move after your home state, California Smash!"
Yeah.
And, first off, side note, cowgirl. Would you...
Yeah, there's some...
Would you bang cowgirl?
Yes.
Not in cow form, in normal form.
Okay. If she doesn't transform like halfway through, yes.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
No, that's something else I want to mention. Some of these heroes that pop up in this opening scene are so cool. I want them to be.
There's an older Denki in this ninja.
That dude is literally future Denki.
Zap.
Yeah.
Zippo Zap.
But yeah, no. So then, basically, we flash forward to where we are around
end of season 2,
beginning of season 2,
beginning of
season 3.
It's summer break right before they go to summer camp.
Yes, and basically, All Might gets a invitation from a character.
I'll go for that. Yeah, we'll
character,
get to that character in a second.
To come to Island to surprise David. So...
I mean, technically they made this canon in the show because the filler episode ends with him grabbing Midoriya and be like, "Come on, Midoriya, let's go to Island!"
And then Midoriya does his mutter thing, and they get to Island because, of course, father and son have to go on a merry adventure.
And just coincidentally, all of Class 1A is also on the island.
Yeah,
For some undisclosed
Okay.
reasons, like
Okay.
they
For
just
some contrived reason.
Some of them were given legitimate reasons. The other
I
half
don't-
of the class were just like, I just dropped on by to say nothing.
like I like what they did with Bakugo because Kirishima's like they're like Kirishima, how'd you get here? Did you get an invitation? He's like, no, Bakugo got one because he won the sports festival. Like that's pretty.
That's
clever.
a reasonable.
Nick
Fucking.
Hiroshima just like, I just tagged along because I felt like it.
So it's like
Denki
they just let anyone into Island apparently.
Denki and Mineta are there on a wait job.
Yeah, they got hired as a part-time waiters.
Part-time waiters.
Momo's there because she's rich.
Momo's there
Momo's
because
there
her
because she's
father.
rich, and therefore every girl in the class then backed off of her and got passes.
No,
Todoroki's there because
remember
of his father.
they had to play rock paper scissors,
Oh yeah, and then a couple got left behind, but they're still on the
but they're still in the islands now.
So like,
So and then Todoroki came because of Endeavor,
yeah.
and
because-
then Ida is there because his family.
Oh yeah, he was like, we needed an Ida
Yeah,
representative.
Ida was the one I'm like, why are you here?
They're like,
Representative.
they wanted a representative of the Ida family, and no one else could come. So I
Yeah, so there we go.
Conveniently, it's all the fans.
And then boom, we meet a character that introduces us to David, and David is now older and
Worried about All Might.
worried about All Might and his mortality, in which we then get the Davality of man.
I love how they did this scene where it's like before they go to meet David, All Might says to Deku, I haven't told him about One for All or passing it on to you, so keep it a secret. And then they're like, bitch, he already knew, and he knows that All Might's dying.
Yeah.
And I love how they ended up making that a big part of David's character arc, is that All Might's a really close friend of his. They basically grew up in college together. They're basically best friends at this point. And so when he sees that All Might is losing his power and he's becoming more and more fragile, he's like, I want to do something to fix this because you deserve to have your power the way it was.
Yeah.
And then that goes into something which we'll get into later.
So after some character introductions from our favorite Class 1B representatives, including Bakugo yelling, Todoroki showing up Bakugo, Ida pirouetting into frame and hitting us with a boy,
Yes.
And then dabbing.
and then dabbing later on in the
boy.
movie, and then Mina, Asui, and Toru are just in a hotel room.
They're just in a hotel room and they're like, look at the channels.
Tokoyami walks down the street.
That's literally his whole presence in the
Yep.
movie. It's
Walks-
a 5-second scene of him walking down the street and he never shows up again.
Some say he's still walking
Walks
down
to
the
the
street
street.
right
to
now.
this very day.
Aoyama is just in the garage with
He's in the
Sojiro.
garage that's never seen in the entire movie, and then he's in a single still frame in the
Ojiro
credits.
is also nowhere to be seen.
Ojiro is also
Yeah,
in the
Ojiro's
garage.
not even there. Like, was he?
Yes, he shows up in the
Okay.
end credits.
And then credits, he shows
I didn't notice him.
For a frame, also in a garage. And they get on wacky adventures until a villain shows up, but it's not just one villain, it's a whole, some might say a league
of
of
villains.
villains.
So you think it's the League of Villains, but no, it's just
It's
some,
not. It's
some
just
guy.
it's just some hired mooks.
It's just a
Some
guy
hired
and
mooks.
another guy and another guy, and then they take over the security system, and then they restrain all the heroes, and
Including All Might.
All Might, but All Might can't be seen not in his muscle
So,
form.
and David gets forced to work on the security system.
And they're like, All Might, you can't break out. You have to stay there so you can keep the security system safe. We
Yes.
need it. And then
then-
All Might, basically, at that point, during the entire
the
second
movie becomes
act,
the raid.
Yeah, during the entire second act, not only does it become basically the hideout raid arc from the actual series, but also it's just like all Might does is sit there in his restraints trying to keep his muscle
All
form
Might
up.
is basically a fucking MacGuffin in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
until the end. Which,
Until the end, in
you
which
know.
We'll get
he
to
becomes the ultimate Mega Man, and then, but no
Super
wait,
fighting robot.
we have cute girls in dresses now, and we have another character that I'm going to toss it off to Brunrit to talk about. Talk about Melissa.
I'm talking
Okay.
about Melissa, 'cause I love
So if we're going to, I'm the master when it comes to.
He's the master when it comes to cute girls, anime girls.
Yes, because I am the master of Moe Blob.
Moe Blob,
Melissa.
edgy harem.
Melissa is an adorable character.
Mhm.
She is the 17-year-old daughter of David,
Mm-hmm.
who aspires to be just like her father. However, just like Deku, she was born without a quirk.
She's quirkless, which they spoil that in the trailers, so it's not.
They
really
spoil that in the trailers.
Still, however, she aspires to be like her father and to help others become greater than they are.
And I love the scene where she tells Deku that she's quirkless, And immediately his mind's like, I'm sorry you don't have a quirk. That must be pretty hard that you're not like everybody else. And she's like, I don't need to be like anybody else. I'm trying to be
She
me.
is a very
And
strong...
I'm like, yes, that's good character writing.
She's very strong and independent. She is adorable as well.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm going to put this out here. Melissa is not only the best character in this movie, one of the best new characters in the entire series, canon or not.
Mhm.
And this movie basically sold me on wanting her in the actual show.
I am
And it will
very
never
happy.
happen. And it will never happen.
I am very disappointed though in the fact that Melissa won't be in the canon.
I wish
because
that this Island thing was actually an arc that
her relation
happened in
with
the manga.
her relation
Yeah.
with Deku is adorable.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
this was an arc that happened in the manga, this would be one of the best arcs in the manga.
Speaking of Melissa, let's jump ahead a bit to when Deku literally murders a man.
Oh,
that's
Okay, so Melissa gets stabbed by some random mook
not stabbed.
She gets slashed.
She gets
in the
slashed.
arm by some random mook, and what does Deku do? He punches him in the fucking face with a full Detroit smash.
Deku gets a rage burst, hits this guy with a full power smash, and sends him flying through a stairwell. Through a concrete stairwell. That man is dead, and you can't tell me
Flying through a
otherwise.
stairwell. He is never seen again.
Nope.
His character model is never shown. And also, Deku's quote is, "Don't lay a finger on Melissa," and then full Detroit smash to the jaw.
To the jaw,
Yes.
he lands in the thing, we never see him again on screen.
He's just
not
deleted
even,
from
not even
existence.
his body.
No, I'm pretty sure he's dead.
He actually went through space and time
So,
and got killed in another timeline with villain
this
Deku.
Deku is a murderer.
Deku murders a man.
All the villain Deku fix, they were right.
Real.
They were
You
right.
honestly can't. You can't convince me otherwise that Deku did not kill this man because
Deku killed
it's
him.
very
I'm pretty
convincing.
sure a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of kids killed people here. I think
Yeah.
Bakugo killed a guy.
Bakugo killed that
Bakugo
man.
probably killed a guy.
Yeah, and I think Todoroki also. No, he captured that
He
guy.
captured a
him.
guy, but he
Bakugo-
could have died of hypothermia.
Bakugo murdered that person.
I'm pretty sure both Bakugo and Deku killed a guy in this.
Todoroki did not kill him. He trapped him in
And
ice.
Uraraka
However,
almost killed Melissa.
yeah.
Yes.
That was like, okay, so there's this kind of, it's not really a subplot, it's just a couple scenes here and there where it's like, Uraraka's jealous of Melissa for being close to Deku, so there's a scene where they're trying to infiltrate a higher level of the tower, because they're trying to get to the top. She grabs Melissa with her quirk and sends her floating up, and literally Matt and I looked at each other and were like, now you can't touch Deku ever again, sends her into the stratosphere.
And
We also confirmed that Uraraka is jealous of Melissa because she's close to Deku.
yeah.
Uraraka's character at this point, she is literally jealous of any woman that comes within 5
I
miles
feel like
of
that's
Deku.
I feel like that's a problem with
That's a
Uraraka.
problem with Uraraka's character.
At this point, Horikoshi would just have to have her come out and say it. Like, I like you.
I feel like
I
that-
want to date you.
I feel like that's the direct. I feel like that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Albeit he's pussyfooting around it a lot. He's wasting time. I feel, but
That's for another discussion.
yeah. Let's talk about the usage. Let's talk about
The Yusei Run. Let's talk about the Yusei Run.
We'll talk. Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
That's fucking a thing of itself.
I was getting
ending.
to a point where we were like endgame in this movie, and you said Run hadn't played yet. I'm like, are they not going to play it? Are they going to be original?
Yeah.
And then you hear the few notes, the bass
And
notes,
you're
and
like,
you're like, it's coming!
Dude, we were fucking slamming
Oh,
on
yeah.
our hand rests. We're like,
I was like,
yeah.
And it could not have been placed better,
No.
in my opinion. It was
It could
perfect
not have been
placement.
placed better.
I was gripping my legs. I was like, yes, let's go!
I
So-
was jacking my ween.
Moving on to the next quarter of the movie, what happens with the villains?
So basically, we find out that David had hired the villains because he's so obsessed with trying to fix All Might's condition.
This is a huge coup d'etat, basically.
It's a coup d'etat that's orchestrated by David himself because he wants to get this device back that will restore All Might's quirk essentially, and bring him back to full Prime Might
Yeah,
status.
because basically what happens is there's some backstory with David and his assistant Sam, where they were doing some research to develop this quirk amplifying unit, which can amplify anyone's quirk. Unfortunately, the scientific council of Island cut their funding and
Because
took the item away because they thought it could be too dangerous. So basically, David hires these villains, quote villains, because we'll get to that. David hires these villains to basically
fake coup.
stage a fake coup so that he can go and steal back his experiment. Turns out that what was supposed to be fake ends up being real because the villains he hired were actual villains, and then they go rogue against David and basically start doing their own thing. And then that's when we see the villain, which... Did we ever hear his...
Wolfram.
His name is never stated in the actual movie.
But, but according to the creators and the people involved, his name is Wolfram. And his quirk is never specifically stated the name, but he's essentially Magneto. He can any kinds of metal.
Yeah, he can fuck with metal.
Yeah.
And at that point, where it's revealed that not only David staged this whole thing to be fake, but then the villains were actually real and going against David, that Wolfram does a complete 180 and becomes like generic shonen villain to motherfucking badass.
Because we later find out that he's working for All For One, and that All For One purposely sent him as the villain to deal with All Might and weaken him so that way when he fight again, they can be weaker.
I don't know why I didn't expect All For One to make an appearance in this movie.
That's the thing that connects with the Kane, and I feel really well.
Even though they show a shot of All For One in the trailer, but I thought, that's just flashback. He's not actually going to be in the movie or have any
He's not in the
relevance.
movie. He's not necessarily in the movie.
He has relevance.
His shadow lingers all over this.
And
movie.
there's literally a line that All Might says like, "This was All For One's doing," and I'm like, of course it is. It's always All For One.
Let's backtrack a little bit to David is the villain, and we're like,
David is the pseudo.
Okay, it comes out like he's the villain.
Like it's one of those things where
you think he's going to be the villain.
Yeah, it's one of those things where he's technically acting like a criminal, but to him he feels like he's doing the right thing. So the plot armor.
And Melissa is disappointed. In
Melissa is a sad little fucking cinnamon roll.
Sad little
I
frail
love
baby
her.
girl.
I love her and I want to protect her.
Here's the thing. I want to protect her too, and she's quirkless. We actually can protect her.
Unlike I love how when she showed up and she's like, "I'm 17 years old," and Josh turns to me and he's like, "Fuck, 1 year short."
I said that. 1 year.
Yeah, you did say that.
1 year short. Because she doesn't look 17. She looks like she's like at least like 19.
At least 18 or 19.
18, 19.
19.
Yeah.
Like if you would show a picture of that, I would have been like, yeah, she's like 19.
You show me that on Tinder, I swipe right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Right. Because that's right.
But no, she's 17, which is technically still legal in Canada. Technically, by technicality.
We're not going to get into that.
Yeah, we're not getting into
We're not getting into the legalities. That's for another
Because
podcast.
the G.A.P does not support pedophilia.
No, it does not.
In fact, make sure that all of your romantic interests are of legal ages.
Legal age.
And if they're not, get psychiatric help.
Tell that to Shane and Momo.
Shut up, she's girl.
Shut up, she is girl.
Or Jiro.
Oh yeah, Jiro.
That's you, man, not me.
I thought you liked Jiro a lot.
I don't like her that way. I just like Jiro.
I told him about the weird dream I had on the podcast. I didn't tell you.
Okay.
We'll get into that.
Actually, no. Let's talk about that now because Josh is here now.
Okay.
Tell me about this dream you had.
I can't remember what podcast it was.
It was on the H and Magus podcast. I think it was H and Magus. I
feel like that was more recent.
Was it? It was either H. It was either.
I think it was It was Darling.
Oh, it was the Darling one. Yeah.
No, it was Darling.
My longest darling.
No, but I had a dream. So we did that podcast, and I was like, I had a weird dream last night where Jiro and I were in a relationship, and I guess we ended on bad terms, and we hadn't spoken for a while. And then she shows up in my life again and invites me to this party with a bunch of her friends, and then we start talking again, and we sort of make up. And then there's a thing where her ex shows up with a gun and holds the party at gunpoint.
It's my hero. It worked.
And then I save the party from the crazy ex-boyfriend, and then Jiro and I get back together, and then we fuck.
What's your color? Also, she's never mind. She was probably of age in your dream.
I think we were both the same age, so it was
okay.
Right.
23. She's 23.
I don't know what my quirk was. I think it was quirkless. So I just stopped.
I
just judo through a guy with a gun. Which I mean, hey, why didn't anyone judo throw Wolfram when he had a gun?
We know Uraraka can judo throw people.
Uraraka's a badass, and they never use her abilities properly, and that annoys me.
So coming back to it,
coming back to actual relevance.
So David is the villain, and we're
Pseudo-villain.
we're like, no, Melissa's so sad, and I'm like, oh no.
But no, he's not the villain.
But he's not the villain.
Turns out it's his fucking assistant.
But it turns out that his assistant, after giving Wolfram
Wolfram.
Wolfram. Wolfram.
Wolfram.
After giving Wolfram the
briefcase gets shot.
He just straight up gets shot.
But then
and all
what
of us
happened-
reacted the same way. We're like, oh, someone got shot. And then
And then it's like, oh, he just got hit.
he just got hit in the shoulder. It'll be fine.
was
And then
fine.
they did a bait and switch where it looks like this dude straight up killed the fucker.
No,
And
it
then
looks
Dave-
like he kills Melissa, and then David goes,
David takes the bullet.
and then Melissa's like, Dad, and then David's like,
Someone at Funimation
Someone
hire
help him.
Spencer for a voice role.
Run, Melissa.
no, Dad.
And then Deku goes.
Deku's like, I won't let you touch her.
And then this is the point in the movie where Wolfram turns to Magneto.
With a gun?
No, at this point, I turned to Matt because he did the fucking alchemy thing where he had his hand on the ground and all the pillars start coming up, and I'm like, what is this, Full Metal Alchemist?
I turned to as he was doing all the metal stuff. I turned to Shane. I was just like, "Get out of my head, Charles!
Get out of my head, Charles.
Only people with quirks are destined to live.
Okay, so can we talk about Wolfram as a character?
Sure.
He's
Because-
He's generic.
He's generic up until the
Generic.
final act, and then he becomes amazing.
Then he becomes because they play him so over the top and ridiculous.
He's like a ham villain.
He's
from
a
like
very
B
ham.
villain.
We haven't really had a lot of ham villains in My Hero.
Gentle was the one I come.
Gentle was the most ham.
But
Yes.
he was purposely ham, so I
Yeah.
feel like that I give him a pass because his actual personality is so subdued and tragic
Yes.
that I
Yeah.
feel like you can't. This is the villain who's evil and he just loves being evil.
He loves being evil.
Yeah.
He has so much fun during this movie.
Yeah.
Just like walking around and fucking kicking heroes in the chest and knocking them
There was
over.
also a point where they took the party hostage, and
Yeah.
all the goons came in, and Matt turned to me and he's like, "This is literally the Dark Knight. This is the scene in the Dark Knight where Joker like infiltrates the party."
That is literally the Dark Knight. I feel like there's a lot of influence from in this movie. There's a lot of influence from a lot of like if My Hero if the series was based on like comic book superheroes, this definitely seems to be inspired by a lot of the big budget superhero movies in
Yes.
terms of its plot.
And Wolfram has a gun. He's
I
just
can't-
Magneto with
got-
a
you got
handgun.
I cannot stress this enough.
Mm-hmm.
Before we started the movie, we made the joke about wouldn't it be great if a My Hero villain just had a gun, could just shoot
No,
Deku.
we were making the joke like, man, Aizawa's job would be way easier if he had a gun because he erases someone's quirk and then bap
pop
bap.
him. Yeah, bap him. And then this motherfucker goes, "I'm Magneto," and we're like, "Oh, that's a cool quirk." And then he shoots somebody.
And we're like, oh, okay.
Oh,
this just got real.
apparently, the man with the metal quirk that almost kills fucking All Might can be like,
this
used to use a gun.
All Might gets fucked in this movie.
but
Mm-hmm.
is everybody ready for the father-son Detroit Smash?
I feel like you're being too loud.
I think he blew.
I think you're actually being a little too loud.
Yeah, stop.
There are other people in this house.
Maybe swallow your food before you tell me to shut up, Hope.
Why don't you
Oh.
share some of those Cinnabites with us?
Fuck you.
It's his Cinnabite. It's his house. He is the host.
Well, there's like a lot of expensive equipment in here that is mine, so I can't leave just yet. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you mean the mic and the switch?
The mic and the switch and everything.
This is
comes
his
with it.
house now.
I mean, it is his house. He is my dad.
So yeah, the thing about Wolfram is that he's generic fodder villain for most of this movie, but I feel like it's saved by the third act.
Third act twist, yeah.
Like his character is saved by the third act when he just goes all out crazy Magneto bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly felt like in retrospect he really worked for what the story this movie was trying to tell. I think he really worked in context.
He really worked in context, and I want more villains like that. He
Yeah.
reminds me of a lot of like he's a generic shonen movie villain in that he is ham, but I feel like My Hero needed one of those.
Yeah.
He reminded me a lot in terms of stuff. He reminded me a lot of like the better Naruto movie villains.
Yeah.
He definitely reminded like in a good way, in a very good way. And plus, can we just find out how badass it is that he hurts All Might so much that Deku feels it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also his crazy Akira monster thing at the end that's just all made of metal.
That was pretty awesome.
That was like a really good mix of like traditional animation. There was a lot of CG there, but the CG really was
It
really
blended
good.
really well.
Yeah, the CG in this movie was really good.
And there wasn't much of it.
Mainly
It was
just the
mostly in that-
security drones and that final.
The security drones were CG. I didn't. Think
Yeah, they were
I thought
CG.
they were. I thought they were.
No, they were definitely CG.
That's probably a good thing then that I didn't notice they were CG.
There were just a lot of good things about this movie.
Yeah. Let's go into specific returning characters because I think we're not here. I mean, the new characters are great, but we're really here to see our old
friends.
Our old friends from high school.
Let's talk about who out of all the returning characters, who was the MVP of this movie?
Danky.
Ida.
Jiro?
Jiro.
Jiro. So Jiro is the consensus because we are not only the hosts, but we are also
We are the goddamn host, creators,
And also-
and distributors
and also
of the show, so
let's
you
talk.
have to listen.
Let's talk about some of the MVPs. Let's start with Josh. Let's talk about Denki.
Get the fuck out of my room if you're not going to agree with Danky.
No, let's talk about why Denki was good in this movie.
Because he was good. Denki.
Obviously, Danky is my favorite character.
I feel like the returning cast all had something, except for the ones who weren't at the expo, had something relevant and interesting to do.
Mm-hmm.
But Denki in particular had a great scene.
Danky, obviously, I've said this multiple times, Danky is my favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He's the pervert done right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Monado.
Unlike-
We'll get into Minute in the movie because I was surprised at some things. But
Danky is here to shock stuff. And when they get surrounded by a whole bunch of the drones, what does Danky do? He shocks them!
they don't.
2 million volts.
And it doesn't do
Anything.
anything.
It doesn't do
2 million volt
anything.
indiscriminate shock.
But it was still nice to see Danky on screen. And we got to see his most wonderful face. Face. I
Speaking
love
of
it.
Denki, when Denki
He has
comes
a lot of
back,
good-
when
yeah.
Denki comes back from being stupid, and he's just looking around the destroyed
He's just
roof,
like,
Yeah, it's,
What
it's like-
happened?
It's after Deku and All Might wreck Wolfram shit, and the whole roof is fucked. It's
He's just
a
like, what's
crater.
going on?
He's like,
Where am I?
what-
Why are we here? Just to suffer.
just to suffer.
Lost.
Denki had a good role.
And it did get a good role. He had a lot of good moments.
They
with
all
Jiro,
had a
too.
good
He had a
role.
lot
He
of
did.
good moments with Jiro.
It really upped the romance.
Yeah.
You can see more of a connection.
Yeah. it did.
Okay, Spencer, what about Ida?
Ida,
He got a lot to do.
my
here, too.
man Ida.
My big boy Ida.
If it's not Tokoyami in Class 1A, it's Ida as my favorite.
Ida's
character.
one of my favorites. Too.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Tokoyami's only scene was walking
Tokiyami
down
doesn't
the
do
street.
shit.
He
So
walks down the street.
Menacingly.
But at least 7 people in the movie theater went, "Hey, that's my bird boy."
it was surprising. Tokiyami's a fan favorite.
He is,
Tokiyami is a fan favorite. So
But my man Ida. How does Ida show up in this movie?
exactly how you think he shows up is exactly how he shows up.
Mineta and Denki are perving on Melissa, and then Ida just
Bolts out of nowhere.
out of
literally nowhere.
bolts past them.
And
That's what made me laugh, by the way, is he runs directly past them and then just saunters back.
I think Ida doesn't know his own speed sometimes.
And then, I wasn't kidding, the animation of him coming into frame is he spins like a pirouette and then hits somebody with the fucking
Oh, boy.
boy hand. He just goes,
No.
no.
Ida.
Stop.
Ida
And then-
is great.
And then, later on in the movie, he does a bunch of boy hands. He does like a fucking robot. Like,
I know, that was-
Reciprocal
that was-
bursts.
No, that was the point where Josh literally turned to me and is like, "Let's see those boy hands," and he literally does the robot.
That's the robot with the boy hands.
I think his best part in the movie for Ida was his reciprocal burst.
Oh yeah,
His
reciprocal
reciprocal
burst was great.
Yeah.
Towards the robots.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh god. And side note for special shots, what about the fucking howitzer shot that Bakugo did, where he twists his wrists and uses explosions as a corkscrew?
Yeah, he's doing that a lot.
Yeah, he's
now.
doing that a lot lately. That's basically one of his signature moves now.
Yeah. He used to call it a fire wheel.
No, howitzer.
I think he actually does have a name for it. We just
It's
never
howitzer
catch it.
shot.
It's howitzer shot.
Is it that?
It's
What's
howitzer
it?
shot's name.
Yeah.
But Ida shows up, and much like in the Bakugo rescue arc,
Yeah. And you took you a while to say that.
because I was like,
Brain shutting down.
because I was like,
Spencer does.
Redemption.
Spencer does.
Redemption.
No,
No, the Bakugo retrieval arc.
the Bakugo retrieval arc, because I was like, resurrection arc, redemption
Otherwise
arc.
known as the Hideout Raid, which
Yeah.
ironically is one of this movie's faults, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get
Get to that. But when he goes and he's like, haha, it's me, Ida. And he's like running, and then he shows up and he's like, listen guys, I'm going with you, but only because this is a stupid idea. And he's in like a suit, and all of the girls are in dresses, and all the guys are in tuxes, and Kirishima and Bakugo are gay.
Yeah, very gay.
Canon gay. They're canon now.
They are so gay.
Let's talk about Kirishima and Bakugo, because they are the gayest couple in
Kirishima picked a suit out for Bakugo, and he's like, he didn't even think twice about it. Bakugo's like, I'm not going to this fucking stupid party.
They're in the same hotel together, and Kirishima just walks around shirtless around
Yeah,
Bakugo.
I'm not going to this stupid fucking formal party. I didn't bring any formal out. And Kirishima, without hesitation, is like, I figured you would say that, so I brought a suit for you. You're welcome.
Kirishima and Bakugo are like an old married, like a married couple who like one of them is constantly pissed off all the time. So the other one's like, I keep him in check.
It's like a 1980s sitcom.
Pretty much.
Like Married with Children.
They're fucking married with children. But
Like when they didn't know the villains attacking, Kirishima was like, Bakugo, let me handle this. Hey, yeah, we don't know where we are. Because he doesn't trust Bakugo to talk with people.
Kirishima just puts his hand on Bakugo's like, I got this, don't worry.
And then he gets fucking rocked into
Yeah,
a
Kirishima
wall.
does nothing.
Kirishima gets rocked into a wall, and the big joke is he's stuck because he doesn't turn his quirk off.
Because he's an idiot.
Because Kirishima's an idiot.
I'm pretty sure that the only reason Kirishima and Bakugo are friends is because Kirishima is basically a more likable Bakugo.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Ida is like, don't worry guys, I got this. And he like reciprocates, and it's amazing. And as a side note, can we all admit that they somehow turned Mineta into a genuinely funny character?
Yeah.
They did a good job with Mineta here, because they used him correctly.
Yeah.
They put him with Denki, which makes him an infinitely better character.
Correct.
And I feel like that Mineta's at his best when the show is shitting on him.
Yeah.
And
This entire movie basically takes the time out of its busy schedule to shit on Mineta, and it's for the better.
This movie has a scene in which Mineta has to crawl into an air vent in order to get to a manual ladder.
yeah, because he's the only one.
He's the only one that
He's
can
the only one
fit.
small enough who can fit in the vent.
And then he's like, I don't want to do this, let me
And then Denki comes up to him and is like, dude, if you do this, you're going to be a super hot celebrity and you're going to get all the fame and all the women will love you. And think of the harem. And then there's literally a scene where he's...
That's the actual quote.
Yeah.
Denki says, think of the harem.
the harem. And I was like, I can't believe they fucking wrote... Someone actually wrote that in the script.
Think of the harem.
And then there's literally a scene where he's using his balls to climb up the tower, and he's literally under his breath saying to himself, harem, 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 harem.
And then he stops
And
for
then
a
he
second.
slides down, and he's like, harem, 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 harem.
Yeah.
But you two, let's talk about Jiro.
Let's talk about Jiro.
One, best dressed.
Mm-hmm.
She's the best dressed.
She is the best looking of the girls.
Because she
in their
looks
prom
so
uniforms.
cute. She looks so cute.
The style really fits her.
Because here's the thing about Jiro. Jiro, she seems punk rock, but in reality, she's a cutie.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's.
I personally do like the punk rock style to her more, but I will not deny that that dress on her.
She's a punk rock style, but like she only dresses punk rock. She herself is not punk rock.
Yeah.
Like she herself is actually she's a
musician.
She's a cutie. So she is dressed up like you see Momo, and Momo's dressed up exactly like how
she's dressed up like super high classy, like a rich girl.
Uraraka,
Girl next door. Girl next door. Innocent.
Girl next door. Melissa looks
hot. Melissa is hot as hell. Fuck you.
Melissa looks hot as hell.
Melissa looks fucking...
I don't care if she's 1 year below, she is still
Somebody
hot.
give me $2 so I can get something from the vending machine, because Melissa is a snack.
Hang on, I gotta do something real quick.
Yeah.
Hold up, give me a sec.
Jiro looks so cute.
Let me get on my phone, Rule 34, Melissa.
Oh, Melissa.
That was Shane. Close to the microphone.
I'm being very close to the microphone. Here is our ASMR review of My Hero Academia. 2 heroes. Oh, god damn it. The gain is higher than normal.
The gain, probably the mic picked up that.
Oh yeah, it's peaked as fuck. But yeah, Jiro is great not only because of her
outfit,
irreplaceable fashion, but also she actually does a lot of great things in this movie that help everyone. Like she is basically Shields.
Shield?
Are you actually looking up the Rule 34?
Why not?
This movie has been out for 4 days.
Dude, you read
Dude, Splatoon had R34.
Okay, I know.
Oh, actually,
I'm
never mind.
saying
There's
stop.
nothing on it.
Okay.
Okay, thank God.
No, but Jiro does a lot of great things in this movie that actually help everyone out.
Yeah.
Because she is basically the spy surveillance team.
Yeah.
Basically, like, listening in on the villains' conversations, mapping all of their strategies out, helping, like, communicate with All Might.
I think she's one of the only ones who interacts with everybody on the team.
Yeah.
She interacts with everybody. She interacts with Deku, Uraraka, Momo, Denki, Bakugo, Todoroki,
Kirishima, Ida.
She interacts with everybody. I feel like her position in this movie is similar to how Kirishima. The only reason those two characters in particular are in it quite a bit is because those characters have really blown up in terms of popularity.
Yeah.
You can thank the Jiro popularity for the manga.
No, and they know that. I think like Jiro has really blown up recently. I will not be surprised if they do another My Hero movie, which they will. That Jiro gets even more to do.
I hope this is the start of a movie franchise for My Hero.
Yeah.
Something like Dragon Ball and One Piece that just have films every couple of years.
Yeah, I think that this would probably be a perfect example.
With how much
money it's making? It's making more money over here than in Japan. In Japan, it's performing more similarly along the lines of Blue Exorcist than it is the bigger movies.
Here, however,
mainly because, unlike in Japan, they decided to do the stupid thing and they released it wide in Japan. And anime movies are not supposed to do that because they're like so raw. They just released it wide, so it was like really it was all front
loaded. Yeah.
And then it died, kind of. So.
Who else are we missing? Momo. Let's talk about Momo. Momo literally.
Momo was an MVP.
Momo makes a cannon.
Momo
she makes a gun cannon.
In multiple shots, Momo comes within like a half inch of flashing the entire audience.
Because of the way her dress is set up, it's low cut, so she basically lifts her dress a little so she can.
I'm pretty sure
stuff.
everyone in Class 1A has seen her tits at some point.
Also, she can make mines.
She uses a mine to blow up a security hatch.
She knows the chemical compounds to make a
cannon.
That's the thing. That's how her quirk works. She can only create things that she knows the material composition of. So she just knows how to make mines. Even if she didn't have her quirk, she would know how to make a mine.
She needs those. She needs those. What the
the thing that got me is when she forms the fucking cannon.
Yes.
Just out of nowhere, like an 18th century style cannon.
Yeah. And then shoots the things with goop.
It's like a gum cannon.
Goop ball. Sure.
I mean, it was an off-white color.
It was pretty white
color.
Yeah.
But what are the characters?
I just feel like I said earlier, all the returning cast have something interesting and important to do.
Yeah,
other than the ones in the hotel room,
Toru.
and even then.
No, let's talk about Toru for a second here.
The invisible girl wearing the fucking bear onesie.
She's adorable.
Even though you can't see her face.
You know she's a cutie.
You know she's a cutie patootie.
Yeah.
What if the plot twist is that she's actually butt ugly?
Horiko's already said that that the only reason we haven't seen her face by now is because he's not sure how gorgeous he wants to make her.
Well, there we go. But no, let's just for a second, let's talk about the other characters. What are they doing when the tower is locked down?
When the tower's down, Sato and Sero are eating at a restaurant.
Yeah, they're eating at a cafe, and they're like, they get the message on their phone, they're like, oh, what the hell's going on?
So they go back to their hotel.
They go back to the hotel.
Mina, Suyu, and Toru are watching TV, and then they play Uno.
Yeah, because they're like, the internet's down. What's wrong with the channels? Don't worry, girls.
What's wrong with the channels?
Don't worry, girls. I have something that'll keep us occupied.
Mina's the most underrated girl in My Hero. Do not at me.
And then, for some reason, after the movie's over, what did we watch?
It was just like it was the recap episode that they aired at the beginning of season 2. They just played that.
They just played it. They just
for some reason.
I feel like they did it because they never dubbed it.
No, they did. It's on Funimation.
Then why the fuck did they play it?
I don't fucking ask Silver City.
Ask Silver City.
Ask Funi because apparently this was on on every single version of the room every single thing on the website the movie's the movie's like an hour 54. This movie's actually only like 90 minutes.
This movie's like an hour 40 minutes tops, and then they play a recap episode afterwards.
Yeah.
It was a good recap episode.
Yeah, it is. So.
And then it's like...
I mean, most of the theater stayed to watch it, so...
And then it's like... There's that one guy meeting Brunrit who's like, I wonder who wins the sports festival.
Man, I can't wait for this arc. When does it start?
I hope Deku wins.
Why don't we watch season 2?
Alright, so
Let's go back to the movie.
let's go back to the movie.
Movie's good.
Movie's very good.
Let's talk about some other things that were good, like the anime.
Do you like the fucking animation?
Animation.
Okay,
Gorgeous.
let's have this discussion. Animation-wise, where do you think this movie stacks in terms of other shonen movies?
It's the best looking one I've ever
Yep.
made. It's
Yep.
the best looking
Hands
shonen movie
down.
ever made. Only thing that I think could maybe beat is maybe Blue Exorcist.
Blue Exorcist looked really good.
Yeah, maybe Blue Exorcist or One Piece Z. Those are the only two. I can
And
think
even
of.
then, One Piece Z is a thing only you've seen.
And One Piece Z, I can attest One Piece Z looks
Okay.
stellar. But that's mainly because One Piece C has the best use of CG animation I've ever seen in one of these things.
Mhm.
So that's only because I think One Piece. So and One Piece C is also a very different looking movie from this. One Piece, but similar to My Hero, both series have a very distinct art style.
Yes.
And both use them to their fullest advantage. This uses its art style to its fullest.
That
full fucking
final
advantage.
fight
That final...
with Wolfram.
Not even
my
the final
God.
fight itself, the final scene
yeah.
of the final fight,
Yeah.
where
Was-
Deku and All Might are rushing up his pillars to fucking father-son
It's
smash
incredible.
him. Animation is like, it's 15 out of 10.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous to look at. I love the character the character animation in this. Even when during the talking scenes, because it's all fluid and it's very
It's very bouncy. It has a lot of energy to it.
Ida always has the best character animations because he's so hyper.
He's always moving.
Him and Bakugo are really good in terms of character animation. I feel like, and I really love, and I really love how they used the quirks have never looked better here.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen One for All, like full cowling, look better. In
I don't think
Mhm.
I've ever seen the really cool effect
Mhm.
of when Todoroki uses his ice powers. His hand turns. His hand gets.
Yeah,
knocked
his
over.
hand turns like
They
translucent
usually
blue.
They don't usually animate that because it's very difficult to, and of course it's a TV show. You don't expect them to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here they actually took the time out. It's in every. It actually you see it
Yeah.
growing every time he uses it more.
And it's
if
what a scene of like the ice
yeah,
particles.
I noticed that
Yes.
scene where he first uses his ice. It's like a glimmering icy blue that forms around his hand. I'm like, have they used that before? They
I don't
haven't used that before.
I don't think they've used that before because we've seen it in the manga, but never in the anime.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about character animation, can we mention the very first scene in the movie when Young Might is fighting
Yes.
those
That's
villains?
another-
And the character animation on that one dude with the big nose
Yeah.
is like ridiculously fluid.
That guy is that's another like type of. I love stuff like that.
The villain?
Like the one-shot villains from in movies like this. You always have you always start with
Like, we gotta establish his character, have him beat like some cheap fodder.
a
Mook.
fodder.
However, it's a mook whose hands are rocket launchers.
His hands are rocket launchers.
And he stole like $1 million.
He robbed
10
the
million.
bank of like $10 million.
No,
million.
it was in Vegas. I think he stole he was a casino.
It was $10 million.
He stole $10 million from a casino.
Yeah. And then, the joke's on you. Your rockets are nullified by David Shields' bubble missile.
And then the thing blows up and all the money goes everywhere. So now everyone's
rich.
everyone has free money.
No, but I just love it. It's those animation details that I love in big budget shonen movies like this, and this one's no exception because they did not have to give that guy, for as cannon fodder as he was, that level of detail in his animation, but they went above and beyond with that. That's something that carries throughout the entire movie.
And it's something I've always appreciated in any form of animation. Very small details that are animated, in which it comes down to that took somebody's time that they didn't need to do.
And you
that.
could tell, especially with that guy, even in his mouth movements, like they clearly synced it up to the Japanese, but it was animated in such a way where
Yeah, the
even
dubbing on it was a little
Yeah.
I will give it that. I want to hear what he sounds like in Japanese, to be completely honest with you. The guy from the beginning of the movie, I want to see what he sounds like in Japanese because he seems like the type of character who in Japan,
who's like
because he's
wacky,
because he's American. So and the way Japanese people play American guys are really funny and
After
like really,
you, time to take the money.
But yeah, animation wise, this movie kills it. Like,
this movie kills it.
Bones, this might be the greatest animation production Bones has ever done.
Animation is it's up there with it's up there with Mob Psycho and the FMA movies.
Which just makes me wish that Bones did more movies.
Yeah.
I mean, Bose did more movies, but they don't have. But of course, they're not the biggest studio in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not a Toei, they're not a Madhouse. So
Even Madhouse doesn't make them anymore.
they're not anymore.
Not anymore.
After Redline bombed,
Which is sad because Redline is amazing.
But it was expensive though.
Yeah.
So the animation's great, music's great, even if a lot of it is reused.
A lot of it's
reused,
reused, but it's fine.
There are a couple new tracks that I can
Specifically, Wolfram's theme.
Yeah.
Is really good.
Really good.
There's a really good the fight music when Bakugo is fighting those guys. Bakugo and Todoroki are fighting is really good. Outside of it's mostly stuff in the show, and the show soundtrack is spectacular. So
Yeah,
that's
so
You
no,
Say Run,
no
man.
complaints there.
You Say Run when that
Can
kicked in.
confirm You Say Run is in the movie.
You Say Run is in the movie. All Might's theme is in it like 3 times, and
Yeah.
each
If you
time
haven't
it
heard
comes
me-
back, it's better.
There's also like the main series theme.
Yeah.
You Can Become a Hero is
You Can
there,
Become a
and
Hero.
it's great. Oh, I love that track. All for One's theme's in the movie.
Yeah.
and
Well,
it's
because
great.
All for One is technically in the movie.
And I want to say that that's
technically.
at least for season 3. That is the MVP theme. That's the theme. That's the best
Yes.
new theme from season 3.
Which, fun fact, did you know that All for One's theme is called You Can't Run?
Yeah, You Can't
Yeah,
Run.
Actually, I will say my favorite OST from season 3 is Trinity.
Trinity. Oh yeah, for the big 3.
No.
Trinity. Oh.
Don't play it live on
Don't play it
camera.
live, that's
We're gonna
copyrighted.
get copyrighted.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
Actually, you can play upwards of 15 seconds.
Don't play that much.
so
Yeah.
play like 5 seconds of it.
You guys are going to hear it and you'll be like, oh, that one. Oh, no, this is season 2 with this.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh,
Okay, stop it.
That's
Yeah.
that's my favorite.
We have just gone copyrighted.
No, I know the copyright laws. You guys are good.
So in any case, music's great.
Mhm.
Dubbing stand for part for the
It's
series.
Funimation.
Yeah.
It's funny.
For the
It's
most
Funimation and it's the My Hero
For the
dub,
most part,
so.
the cast gives really good performances. Nothing they've ever done before for the series. So like,
I feel like there
standard
are,
fair for the most
yeah,
part.
I feel like there are some really standout moments in terms of voice acting in this movie.
Most of it's from Chris. In terms of returning cast, with Chris Sabat.
Chris Sabat and Justin Briner knock it out of the park.
Knock it out.
As always.
Oh, yeah.
Even
as always.
Clifford Chaplin.
Yeah, Clifford
Yeah,
Chapman.
Clifford Chapman.
I feel like who voices Jiro because she did
I have
really
no
good.
idea.
She
I'll
did
check for you.
really good. Here.
Janky did great.
Ray Chase as David Shields is really good.
I feel like
Erica Mendez
Erica
as
Mendez
Melissa
MVP.
Shields.
MVP. Yes.
Shields.
Erica
MVP.
Mendez. Okay, I gotta see
Gives
what
the
she
performance.
voices.
Ryuko.
She's Ryuko from Kill la Kill. Yeah. You
Ryuko-
cannot tell.
She's Ryuko from Kill la Kill. She's Retsuko from Agretsuko. She's Gon from Hunter x Hunter.
She's using her Retsuko voice.
Okay, what's
in
her
this.
name?
Erica Mendez.
The first thing when I type in Jiro is Jiro X Kaminari. And then
which
Jiro,
is how it should be.
and then Jiro and Kaminari.
And
then-
Kaminari.
And Kaminari.
And then
And Kaminari.
because Jiro and Kaminari are one of the best couples
Okay,
in My Hero.
what is Jiro's first name?
Kyoko.
Correct.
Kyoko.
Oh, Kyoka.
Kyoya. Oh, Kyoka. Yeah, Kyoka.
Kyoko no Kill.
She is 5'1".
She's
Okay.
she's a small girl.
She voices Puck and ReZero.
Oh,
She voices the DH Polnareff in the
She's DH.
when he's a kid.
When it's a tiny Polnareff?
Yeah.
She voices Tiny Boner.
Oh,
Hey.
Dan.
Hey, it's Trina Nishimura.
Oh yeah.
Mikasa.
Yeah, Mikasa.
Yeah, Trina and Mari from Ava, and she's also Trina Nishimura. She's also
Give me a second, and then I'm gonna look up Denki's
Voices
voice.
Dan? Yeah, she's
no, but Trina
Ryuko.
Nishimura gives a really good performance here.
Yes,
I
who
think.
voices the boy Denki?
Yeah.
Who voices Wolfram? Because Wolfram had a
Keith
Really
Silverstein.
good
Keith Silverstein.
he had a really good performance.
Keith Silverstein, although I've heard him before, it's nothing he's never given before. Keith Silverstein's the go-to guy for characters like this.
Denki is
so,
5'6".
So Denki's surprisingly tall for That's tall for Japanese. Actually.
Denki is the boy.
You know Todoroki's like 5'10".
Todoroki's
Ida's
tall.
almost 6, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ida's fucking tall.
Ida.
Kyle Phillips.
Kyle Phillips.
Is that the
Denki?
Denki. That's Genshiro Saji in High School DxD. Suigen Riku in The Silver Guardian. Sosuke Sugaya in Ass Class. Kenichi Hiro in Psyche K.
Oh, he
And
voices
Denki-
Hyro.
Yeah, and Denki Kaminari in
So Denki's his biggest role.
And the Denki Kaminari
Hyro
in
probably be his
High
second
School
then because
yeah.
Psyche K.
He's also mostly known for his additional voice work, like on Activist Trip, and he was Drunk Guy 08A on episode 8 of Angel of Death.
That's
Great.
He's the drunk guy.
That one drunk
If she,
guy.
I don't know if
died.
she got that far.
Drunk guy. No, I didn't. I don't care. Really.
Anyways,
Anyway, back to the movie.
Oh,
Is there
it's
any?
Wolves from Attack on Titan.
Great. Is there any other good things we want to mention before we get into?
I want to mention that it's a good thing that the movie ends and starts with birds.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like how I feel like you're joking, but I actually do like how
I
it
like
literally
that.
comes full circle.
yeah.
Because the very first shot is a couple of eagles flying over the city, and then it ends with that same shot.
Yeah,
Over
Almost
Island.
like it's America.
Yeah.
Almost like it's a metaphor to which birds of a feather flock together.
And then Matt turned.
Two heroes.
Matt turned to me and he's like, "They're probably gonna get gunned down because it's America."
Yeah.
You know what? I said it. I said it.
So, the problems with the movie.
There's a few problems with this movie.
A few problems, and when you get to the good stuff, you start to forget it. But they're there, and it's pretty. So, Spencer, any problem you want to bring up? Because there's a couple.
I'll bring up plot contrivances.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There was a lot of plot contrivances, such as, but not limited to, why does the gadget that could mysteriously save All Might's quirk only have one of them, and it breaks at the end of the movie?
Conveniently
Same for the gauntlet.
Why
that
is
can
the
help
gauntlet
Deku
that
not
helps
hurt
Deku
his
not
fucking
hurt
arms?
his body at all? And he could use 100%, if not more.
And
of
he used
all
the
the ones.
100% full smash,
That
and it
one
conveniently
really
broke it.
breaks.
That's a problem that I have. There's too many convenient plot holes in this fucking movie, where it's like, they introduce something that you think would be normal in the series, like this would be widespread helping everyone, that's only mentioned in this movie, and then you realize why it's not in anything else is because it's conveniently destroyed by the end.
Why doesn't Wolf's Ram just shoot David on the helicopter?
Yeah, he just keeps him there. And he's bleeding out, so it's like...
And he has the device. He has a device.
He could have killed David right there and gone straight for All Might.
Yeah, he has the device. He has the device there because he's not there to repurpose this thing. We find out that he's there for All for One. He's not there for David. He's there
Yeah.
for All Might. So.
However, can I mention, speaking of the helicopter scene, can I mention how fucking rad it was that Deku used full cowling to literally latch onto the
Yes.
helicopter? as
Can we
it was
just find
taking
out how
off?
rad that All Might blew up the helicopter
wind?
and thought he killed
He
David?
killed everyone. But anyway, back to
Yeah,
problems.
there's some plot contrivances in which things just are broken.
They purposely make characters more powerful as a way to up stakes. And
Yes.
That's a problem with Shonen in general.
That's Shonen
so.
in general. I can't be upset.
it's definitely a
with
problem with,
that.
with these shonen movies. That's a definite
Yeah,
problem.
and I can't hold two heroes fully responsible because that's a trope in general.
That's just a trope. That's just a Shonen trope.
Some characters are useless. Absolutely useless.
Absolutely.
What
fucking
is
useless.
Kirishima's point in this?
Kirishima's
Why
point
is
is
he
to
here?
be gay. That's it.
Kirishima is here to have the Kiro Bakugo fanfic, and then he fucks off into a wall.
He fucks off into a wall and then he punches a couple of
And well, yes, I
robots.
love Denki. Denki was kind of just...
Denki got one good scene, and he was literally, as soon as they're like, Denki, you're up, I turned to Matt and I'm like, well, Denki's out for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, Denki.
Sure enough.
Sure enough, he was out for the rest of the movie.
Also, this movie would have been a lot different if they would have had their support gear upgrades.
Yeah, they did, which they did not because conveniently this takes place before season 3.
Mhm. I also want to mention, going off of that, there are some problems I have with some of the character writing. Because, like you said, it feels like some characters are taking steps backward in terms of their personalities.
Horikoshi did not write this.
Yeah,
and he designed Wolfram and Melissa. He did not design David. I found that out. He did not design David, but he designed Melissa and Wolfram as the two main characters, as the two characters that he really wanted in
I wonder
here.
why Melissa felt so well.
Yeah, that's probably. And he apparently, and most of his writing, his ideas went to Melissa and Wolfram. They were the ones.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
He didn't write the movie though. He only came up with the basic outline for the story, and it was written by the anime creator.
And you can kind of tell because it feels like a few characters are taking some steps back. Like we mentioned specifically, Kirishima gets knocked into a wall and he's like, help, I can't get out. And they're like, idiot, turn your quirk off. And he's like, oh, okay. Like, I feel like Kirishima isn't that stupid.
Kirishima is not. Uraraka is not that much of a jealous bitch.
I thought Uraraka was fine. I mean, they played it up. She wasn't being a jealous bitch. Like, she still got along with Melissa. Like, as she was talking with her.
What I want to mention is Deku. And I mentioned this to you in the car.
I fully agree with what
Yeah,
she's about to say.
there's a
I fully
specific scene near the beginning of the movie when they get to the Eye Expo and they find Bakugo at the mock villain exercise, and then Kacchan attacks Deku, and he like cowers in fear from Kacchan because he's just in
That
his
annoyed
face.
me. That annoyed
That annoyed the fuck out of me because I feel like at this point in the story, Deku would not put up with his shit like that.
Yeah.
He would not just back down to Bakugo. That would not
This is
happen.
not season 1
If this
Deku.
took place after season 3, Deku would probably stand up and...
Oh,
Yeah, this
absolutely.
takes place after season, but even after season 2, which is
Yeah.
this takes place,
Yeah.
he would not do that.
No, he would not.
He
Definitely not
would
do that.
stand
because
his
this
ground.
was right after the final exams when him and
Him and
Bakugo,
Deku and Kacchan beat All Might.
they had to work together, and they, begrudgingly
Work-
put their differences aside
Yeah.
for 2 seconds.
And there's literally a scene in that episode where Deku gets right in his face and he's like, "Bitch, I'm not gonna be your punching bag. We gotta work together, you
yeah,
idiot."
and Bakugo's like, oh, and Bakugo
Bakugo steps back a little,
And
so I feel like that scene is really a detriment to his character.
out
in
of
this
character.
movie.
It's
Extremely out of character.
Yeah, Deku very much seems like his a sports festival characterization in this.
Yeah.
Very much his. He's a lot more reckless. He's a lot more.
He's like, "Oh, I got this gauntlet thing. I can do full power now. Get." Oh, look, it's broken. I can never use this again. Well, time to develop shoot style.
You dumb bitch.
Time to invent
but-
shoot style.
But that's just something that really annoyed me.
It's
When
just-
Kacchan gets in his face and he literally...
I also feel Todoroki was in his
Todoroki doesn't really talk much.
Yeah, he doesn't talk much, and I feel like if this is supposed to take place post season 2, he would talk a little.
Yeah.
He would also use his fire.
Yeah,
He only uses fire once.
He uses it twice, actually.
Twice?
He uses it when Bakugo puts.
Oh
the
yeah, and then he
Vesper
uses
on
it at Wolframe, right?
Yeah, he uses it at Wolf. He only uses it twice, and he's only seen really using it, so that way he doesn't freeze himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just things like that annoy me because keeping up with these characters, you expect them to be a certain way, especially where this movie takes place in the series. And it's like, why is Hiroshima this stupid that he literally takes himself out of the
makes
fight?
it worse because this movie is kind of pseudo-canon.
Yeah.
So it's one of those cases where it's like they should have stuck a bit closer to the canon characterizations at this point. Of course, characters like Bakugo and Ida are hard to fuck up. So you don't.
Just make Ida hyper class rep and just make Bakugo angry.
Uraraka was pretty in character for the most part.
Uraraka is your kind of ditzy but adorable neighbor.
No, she's not ditzy.
She is not ditzy.
Well, you know what I mean. She's like
She's a good girl.
But it's like,
She's a
why?
good girl.
But it's like, why is Kirishima this big of an idiot? Why is Todoroki being so cold to everyone? Why is Deku backing down to Kacchan?
Why is All Might purposely staying in his fucking form for so long?
When
when we know from season 2 and 3 that he can't do that.
why
He should have.
why does Deku always have women falling on top of him?
Okay, that's it.
If I was that lucky at his age, I would have a harem by now.
harem. Yeah,
Once
but,
again, this is the 4th woman to fall tits first on top of Deku.
Uraraka,
Hatsume, Melissa,
Cammy.
Yeah, those are the 4 women.
Togami.
And
Togam.
it's Tokami.
Tokami.
That episode is aired, so we can spoil that for
Yes.
anime readers.
Yes.
Anime watchers.
Guess what? Cammy in the license exam is Toga in disguise.
Who knows what happened to Takami? Spoiler alert, she's still alive.
She's still
Spoiler,
alive,
she's-
but she's just absent for some reason.
I think it's implied that she got fucked up by that incident.
And she was like, whatever. totes.
Whatever, fucking.
I have a
I
feeling
can take up.
they'll probably address it later on because I think she'll probably be back.
I can
Legit
take.
fam?
I can
What?
take the makeup
Legit
exam.
fam?
Legit fam.
I can take up the
Totes.
I can take the makeup exam. Lol.
That's totes hella lit, fam.
Yeah.
Lamau.
But yeah, that's one of the big problems with this movie is that some of the characters are great and they get actual decent progression to their arcs, and then other characters seem like they're taking 2 big steps back.
Because
and it's annoying.
this is all because also another thing that I found was kind of okay, the movie does open with a short recap of the initial series.
I didn't have a problem with
I
that.
didn't have a problem either.
No. I just found it jarring when you watch the movie animation and it cuts to janky season 1 animation. To me, that it was just a little jarring.
At least it wasn't full 20 minutes of recap. It was
No.
just a little 5-minute scene of hey, here's what happened and here's how we got here.
interspersed with movie.
Yeah. Also, the opening exposition for the actual Eye Island was a little clunky. Like,
Island, a place where
A
scientists.
place where the most gifted scientific minds meet and just create new quirk-enhancing support items for heroes.
And I'm like, no one talks like that. No. People do not talk.
Flip. Deku. I am Izuku Midoriya. But you can call me Deku.
Hold on. Have no fear, for I am here.
Hi, Hi, my name is Melissa, and I'm actually 18, so everyone can be happy.
Don't start.
She's 17, you fucking whore.
We don't support pedophilia. Stop it. We do.
Okay, back to ASMR.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll back up, you creeps. All right. So, are there any other problems with this movie?
Now that I can
mentioned?
think of, Josh,
Any problems that we haven't mentioned?
Story feels familiar.
the story is really
Story is
Yes.
yeah. You can
It's the hideout arc.
That's what we haven't mentioned.
it's the
There was
highlight.
literally a scene in this movie where they're stuck in a stairwell talking about what they're going to do, and they're like, "Okay, there's a bunch of villains, and they've captured All Might. What we're going to do is we're going to infiltrate the party. We're not going to fight them, and we're going to peacefully remove All Might and save him from the villains so he can take care of everything." And as soon as that happened, I turned to Matt and I said in his ear, "This is literally the hideout arc."
Ida almost quotes himself where he says, "If things go wrong,"
If things go wrong, I'm putting a stop.
And
to
I was
this.
like, yeah. Then when that
This
happened,
is
I
the
was-
hideout arc.
and Momo once again is like,
I'm
"Oh,
on
yeah."
Ida's side.
No, this is the hideout arc. It starts off with them going on vacation. It goes to them on vacation.
Vacation goes
In the
wrong.
summer- Vacation goes wrong. One of them gets captured. The group goes on a secret mission to rescue them. We find out there's the real mastermind behind the thing. And
Fight
then
the big villain.
And then the final big villain is what All Might fight. It's literally the hideout arc.
Beat for beat, same structures, basically same
Now,
events.
Details
swap
are
out
different.
here's the thing,
Details
though.
are different. Details are
Here's the
different.
thing, though. I still liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I still loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
But it is a problem because it's treaded familiar territory.
Yes.
Especially with something that's so recent as the hideout arc, especially in the
This,
anime.
that was a mistake.
That was episodes, what, like 8, 9, 10?
No, Hideout Raid was like episodes.
That was back in like
7 to
May, June.
7 to 11. I
7
think.
to 11. Right?
Yeah, that was back in like May, June of
We're
this
now-
year, and the movie came out in August.
Season 3 just wrapped up too. Like it literally, at the day we're recording this,
It literally ended.
it
today.
literally just wrapped
The
up.
sub ended, yeah.
Yeah, the show wrapped up. So there is kind of this feeling of familiarity in
Yes.
the entire film. Now the details are different, and there's
Details are different, swap out a couple characters, locations, all that jazz.
All
But
that jazz.
it's basically beat for beat, same structure, the hideout raid.
yeah. The only thing that makes it really different is that the villain reveal is a little bit different. Like there's a little.
And while I do like that aspect of the movie, I like the bait and switch.
I like the bait and switch. I like the double bait and switch.
I like the
Where
double-
it's like, David's the mastermind behind all this, but he intended for this to be fake. Double bait and switch, the villains were real, and now they've taken over.
because David got duped, and now you have a bunch of actual villains running around.
And
got
that's
duped.
clever, and I
David
like
got
that.
duped by his assistant, who got duped and then glacked
Yeah.
by
He got
the villain.
popped.
By
Yeah,
the villain.
And then the main villain turns out to be one of the most dangerous foes that All Might's ever fought.
And actually, you know what? While we're at it,
Yeah.
I want to bring up another problem with characterization.
Yeah.
You know, the episode during season 2,
Yeah.
the exam with Todoroki and Momo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and how they had really good chemistry on.
They do nothing together.
They
nothing
do nothing together, and I feel like
That's a missed opportunity.
Ida and Momo are closer.
In here.
I feel.
In general, I would argue that Ida and Momo
feel
are closer.
I feel like in that sense, that's more of a nitpick than anything.
That's more of a nitpick.
Oh yeah, no. That is not taking off any points. That's just something that I saw and I'm like, that wouldn't.
I feel, yeah, especially considering Todoroki and Momo in the show itself have been built up as like, because they're both they're like high-ranking students, so they've kind of bonded together over that.
Yeah.
And they kind of had that, and they worked together a lot. And
Especially in the most recent manga chapter 200, which I'm not getting into spoilers.
they do a lot of stuff together.
They do a lot of stuff together. Basically, Todoroki is backing her up. when no one else
Horikoshi's
will.
really pushing Todoroki and Momo as like a pair. as like a-
Todomomo.
Yeah, as a
Todomo.
team.
If they're not together by the end of
Which they
high
were-
school,
Yeah, they will.
missed opportunity.
Missed
Yeah.
opportunity.
I think he's
they're
more
fucking
do
in the Lodikoi.
general couples, you know, like Todoroki and Momo,
Uh,
Deku and Ochako, Denki and Jiro,
Tokoyama, Tokoyami, and
Ojiro and Toru.
Tojo and Toro.
Oh, I was gonna do a joke thing. I was gonna be like, Tokoyami and
Mina and
people like
Kirishima-
Mineta or
no.
something. LOL.
LOL, Kirishima gay. Mina and probably.
I mean,
Mina's
Kirishima-
Kiroshima's Mina.
Dude,
I know that. For
dude,
sure.
Kirishima wears flamboyant Hawaiian shirts.
I'm pretty sure either Kiroshima's gonna end up with Mina or he's gay.
Or he's gay. I hope
I think he's
gay.
going to end up with Mina.
In which Horikoshi has some serious gonads if he's
if
writing this.
Horikoshi, if you're watching this, please. I know you're a ballsy writer compared to a lot of the other shonen Jump writers. If you make Hiroshima gay, you have the biggest gonads in the history of shonen.
You have my
Horikoshi,
you have my respect and my money.
if
We're
you're
proud.
watching this, can you understand English or is he full Japanese?
He speaks a little bit of
He
English.
speaks a little bit of
Okay.
English.
I'm
But
sure he has
it's very
translators.
broke. It's very broke, and also there's still Mountain Dew in
I'm
here.
sorry, it was
Can
in the
you
way
not
of the.
take them
It
out
was in the
again?
way of the mouse, and we're wrapping up soon.
We are wrapping up because this
I don't think
movie
we
was
have-
good.
I don't think we really have much
this
else to
movie was
say.
good.
Yeah, I don't think we have many other
Final scores?
cons. Let's go into final scores.
Josh,
I think we covered
let's start with
everything.
Josh. What is final score? This is going to be an interesting one because this could go either way.
After discussing things and thinking it over, 9 out of 10.
Alright, 9 out of 10?
He was walking out of the theater.
I was,
going to give it a 10.
a 10 walking out too. Like that's to tell you the quality of the stuff.
discussing things in detail, it was amazing. I wanted to do a 10 out of 10, but it's not perfect.
I think we were all at that point. Like, we all turned to each other and were like, I'm very tempted to give this a 10.
Oh, I was tempted to give it a 10, but I think 9 out of 10 is...
I'm also a lot harsher on movies than I am on shows.
Okay, Spencer, final score for My Hero Academia, 2 Heroes.
9 out of 10. Easy.
Yeah.
This movie is outstanding. I wish I could watch it again. I wish I could have the experience of seeing this movie a second time.
In theaters.
Blind.
Such a good feeling to see
This
it on the big
is
screen.
okay.
This is one of those movies where when you leave the movie theater, you're talking with your buddies and you can't help but smile and like do like an All Might, symbol of hope smile. And it's one of those just awe-inspiring takes where you said it correctly. It's hype from minute 1 second 1 to the end of the movie, even to the recap. It's just
It's a
Good
non-stop
times
hype
with-
train.
It's good times with friends. That's what it is.
it's a thing where you get buddies together, and it's not perfect. It has its fair share of problems. However, it's pretty damn close.
Yeah.
As for me, your lovely co-host, I was very tempted to give this a 10 too, because walking out of that theater, I was like, this movie is fucking incredible. And don't get me wrong, this movie is incredible, but it has just enough faults that I can't really give it a 10, because it's not perfect. So I'm going to go a very high 9 out of 10. This movie is still incredible. If you have an opportunity to watch it while it's still in theaters,
It's
go
only
for
got
it.
a little bit left, but it might get an extension.
I've heard they've been talking about extensions, putting more listings up. But if you have an opportunity to watch this movie in theaters, get a group of friends together, have a good time, do it, because I feel like this is... I'm very, very glad that I got to see this in theaters.
Yes.
Because I feel like I enjoyed it more in that atmosphere. Like, in the theater with a whole
group-
room full of nerds.
With a whole room of My Hero fans,
Just
with some of the
non-
greatest experience you can have.
just non-stop hype train all the way through.
having people clapping, cheering, laughing
Yeah.
along with the jokes. It's
Um,
just a good atmosphere.
Yeah, this is an incredible movie. One of the best shonen movies I've ever seen, and that's coming from the Shonen boy. So gets a high a seal of approval from me.
Yeah.
Got a fair share of issues, but it doesn't bring the movie down enough. So easy 9 out of 10. If you can see this in theaters, go for it. It's very much worth the money.
Alright.
Also, buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out.
Yeah,
it
buy it on
deserves it.
It deserves it.
Alright, so yeah, I'm giving this a 9. I think on 9 out of 10. I
So
think
that's a 9 across the
yeah,
board.
9 across the board. I think that if they had fixed up and tightened up some of the plot problems, this could have been a 10. But as it stands, the film has a little too many as it stands, it has a little bit too many contrivances. Some of the characters are really out of character at moments, and
They out of pocket.
they out of pocket. Deku's really out of pocket in this sometimes. And then there's also some and the plot structure is like beat for beat, like the original, like some elements from the show. Other than that, though, this is a gorgeously animated, thrilling time that literally when it starts, it never stops. It's like a thrill ride. It's like it's like an amusement park ride. It just goes up and it builds and then just it drops you and just
Yes.
never stops. It just keeps going, and it's and it's. And when it does end, you kind of when it does end, you kind of need time to breathe after it's done, because you're just like, oh, yeah, because it's one of those, and it's really well done. So I'm giving it a 9.
Yeah, 9's across
Nine
the board.
across the board. That's
Yeah,
an
nine.
average of
If
9.
it just tightened a few things up, it would have been an easy 10. But as it stands now, it's still an incredible anime film, and if you love My Hero, you should definitely go see it.
Yeah, you should definitely watch it if you're a fan of My Hero, because
Even if you're not a fan of My Hero,
Because it
fucking watch
does a good job catching you up to speed if you have
Just
not
fucking
seen
watch
so.
it. It's really good.
So, I think we're pretty much done here.
Yeah, that wraps up the first episode of The Gap of the Movies.
Gap of the movies.
Yeah,
Gap
thanks
at
for
the
watching.
movies.
Our brand new series where we cover the latest anime movies. As
We'll
we
cover
see them in
other
theaters.
anime. We'll cover other.
Tell me, what is the next anime movie our young viewers can watch, young Matthew?
We don't know because
If it comes to theaters, Mirai the Future.
Mirai.
Right.
We have we'll probably,
Absolutely, the super movie in January. We'll be covering that.
a super movie in January. If the Code Geass film gets released next year, which is Funi has it.
If Konosuba gets released.
Yeah, Konosuba.
Yes.
If there's a lot of other
Ava.
So, yeah.
Ava,
Ava. So-
Violet.
Yeah,
Violet.
Violet. Basically, don't expect to see many episodes in this special series. It's just when new anime films come out, we happen to see them
Oh,
in
One
theaters.
Piece too. One Piece is coming.
Yeah.
So,
That we all see, mind you.
yeah, successful first episode,
Yeah.
and what better way to kick off this new sub-series on The Gap than with My Hero of all things.
yeah, yeah. So, I Hope All Things is one of our favorite shows, and we're definitely it's not the first nor the last time you will see it on The Gap. So I am your host Matt, aka Legion Rex. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube, and where I don't post. But
He doesn't post ever.
No, you can find me also on Twitter. With me, I have my co-host Shane, the bearded one, who you can also find on Twitter and on YouTube. With me, I also have our guests Spencer and Josh.
Yeah, you can find me on Funimation or Crunchyroll watching Ecchi.
Tell the young audience, young Shane.
Yes.
Where can they find this My Hero legally available?
If you so desire to watch My Hero Academia
the
in a
show.
legal format,
The
series, you can find it subbed on Crunchyroll, dubbed on Funimation now.
And My Hero Academia 2 Heroes is currently in theaters.
Currently in theaters as of this recording, will be on Blu-ray in a few months tops. This will be coming out probably in January.
So, but if you wish to see it, it is currently playing at a cinema near you. Just make sure to check your local listings to make sure it's there and you don't get confused.
Yeah.
And I've been your host, Spencer the Legion Rex Hill.
And I think we're pretty much done here.
I think we're pretty much done here. That wraps up this
Yeah.
first episode of Gap at the Movies.
Goodbye, my good friends.
And
Bye, everybody.
everyone say it with me. I think it's the best way
Okay.
to end this.
Ready?
We'll
Do
see you
it
next
too loud?
time. Go
Go
beyond plus ultra! We'll see you next time for the next anime movie.
Gianni.
Thank you for listening to The Gap. If you like what you've seen, you can subscribe to the Gap Podcast YouTube channel to get the latest podcasts as they go live. Be sure to like and comment and let us know what you guys think of the show. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.